we live?
Yep. Okay, and I'll get this up for our comments. We've had hello off Sarah. Okay, and we've got a few more hellos.
I need to get the readers. Yeah, I've got the wrong glasses on.
I'll catch up with these comments in a second, just putting this post up before so-and-so starts complaining. It'll make sense why I did that in a minute, if you look on the Instagram. Okay. You'll get to see our really elaborate setup as well. Okay, so, welcome everybody. Do you have 42 already? So, we've got a hello from Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Jacob Barrow, hello.
Hi, Jacob.
Right, this is going to be Cheslin. No, thank you. Hello, Cheslin. Alfie Garner. Paul Marshall. Hi. Bob the Bricky. Hi. Jacob. Guessing we've heard the news. Yep.
Yeah.
Harry Harris. Hello.
Well, thanks, Harry.
Mally. Hello. Ryan. Ogden. Hello. And Gary Ross. Hello.
Hello.
That was a long catch up. So, hello everybody.
I can read everything now. Got my glasses on. So, what are we going? 34. I've got my roadie t-shirt on, by the way.
I've got a Hellfire Club.
You happy the heat wave's over? If we didn't have
It's not over.
thunderstorms, it'd be alright, yeah?
It's not over for us. It's bloody roasting today.
Yeah.
Well, we've been cooped up in a
Garage.
for the last few days doing a really big steel job. So it's been extra hot and very dusty. We look like we came out of the mines today.
Yeah. It's not. When it's warm like that, you don't wear goggles and mask and ear defenders and hat. So it's hot. Cool. Yeah, we had an absolutely torrential downpour yesterday. Put it on the Instagram on the way home. Luckily, we just finished work.
We had a little bit today as well.
Yeah.
Like in the day.
Yeah.
Just randomly.
Yeah, because it got the cement, didn't it?
And Cheslin has the weather, so yeah, very stormy at the moment.
Hi, Doug. Doug, if anyone doesn't know, is the genius who made our little. Well, I'll have to get that actually, because not everyone's seen it.
That's for sure. Yeah, get it out for the YouTube.
Yeah.
Careful with it. Steels look heavy in the last video. Oh, they were bloody heavy. The ones we did some today as well, which weren't as bad, but were just a bit awkward. But those ones were bloody heavy. You couldn't hear it in the video because it was time lapse, but I did give out like a very girlish shriek of terror because the steel wobbled that way, and I was not prepared for it. There we go. There's Doug's creation. There's the camera.
There we go. So, start at the bottom. The bit of muck's fell off the muck board. There's Alex with the spade and his amazing hair and his glasses. And then we're doing a lintel job, as always. There's the hang line. There's me and my glasses and my bubble hat on. And then at the back you've got the breaker. Oh no, it's the reciprocating saw, isn't it?
Yeah.
You didn't quite pick it up there, there's a little blade on it, and then there's the blocks. It's an absolute work of art. So that's by Doug, who's in the chat. He's not made many of these, so we're very, very chuffed to have one made for us. I think John at A&E is the last one to get one. That was pretty cool too.
True Dog. Oh, True Dog. Hi Steve and Alex, must say your Brickwork is brilliant. Been watching you both for a while now. Love your work. Lads, keep up the good work and visit coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We'll do our best. We need to spice our videos up again a bit. We've fell into a bit of a rut.
Yeah.
So we need to spice it up a bit. We need to talk to Rodian again.
Yeah. Rodian knows what he's talking about.
Steve Livet, evening.
Hi Steve. It is absolutely fantastic. That takes pride of place in our cabinet in the living room. That. Love it. Your hair's just the best. You just put it back into shot there. Look at that. That's a perfect match. Look at that. Oh. So, any questions?
I thought the whole point of this is that we had stuff set up.
Well, we've got a little list there. But that's not going to take long to read that list out.
Perfect. Oh, here we go. Right, Ryan Ogden. Question: Is it fine to do a concrete slab for the? Is it fine to do a concrete slab for the garden? It's not big and only going to be walked on. 3-inch hardcore, 2-inch concrete. Will this need to be thicker, better, but money?
I'd go thicker than 2 inches. I'd go minimum 3 inches if it's just going to be walked on. I think that's about 3 inches, isn't it, when we did down there?
Yeah.
That's been fine, isn't it?
Yeah.
As long as the hardcore is properly done underneath it and really compacted. Make sure you get a whacker for it. Make sure it's really well compacted.
Mark Hepp and Mark who's on?
The two Marks.
But they came all at the same time.
Exactly the same time.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's got having us on. He's got two accounts going.
Maybe. Might have his two. Might have his back here and his phone here.
Yeah. Mark Hepp usually misses this. So welcome back, Mark.
True Dog. The father. I feel like I'm stereotyping by saying his name. Father and son Bon Jovi shows the quality of your work. You both work brilliant together.
On camera.
I was about to say that. Mr. Blue Devil UK, what are your feelings on the HRH? Oh, on Queen Elizabeth passing away. Oh, sad news.
Yeah, sad news. It's all you're going to see for the next. I think it's a month before. I think it's a month official mourning, so it's all you're going to see for. I think everyone's going to get pretty sick of it eventually because it's going to be there for a month.
And you're going to have the people who are going to milk it.
But it's obviously it's sad. It's a big deal. Almost everyone in the country is the only monarch they've ever known, so it's going to be weird. It's going to be weird having a king, but obviously it's not the sort of thing a lot of people have talked about for a long time. But yeah, it's always sad. It feels for the family and the kids and the grandkids.
So Ryan's put 3 inches. It is then for the concrete.
Yeah.
It's better to be safe than having to pay more money later just to get it fixed. Question for Alex: When did I start working with you? 2015. I did my first bit of work for him. That's when I left school, and then I had my little 6 weeks, and then I started. So it was probably late 2015. I think 2016 officially was I was on site and such, but I started doing work for him in 2015. Mark, there's only one of me.
Definitely only one of you, Mark.
Derek, do you guys think the rate of cowboy builders has dropped since social media, as it is easy to vet builders?
No.
Not really, because
No.
People will just be people can still be cowboys and still upload it.
Let me get that picture of that porch we did and show you what we're up against.
While you do that, I'll read up.
We took a porch down and we left the internal wall up because the customer wanted us to. But that's the view. That's the view from the cavity, inside the cavity. Oh, that's
There you go. It's a slight better. You can hardly make it out, but it's very shit.
Yeah.
I'm on 10% here. I need a power bank. True Dogs, but hit the like button. Thank you very much.
Yes, please.
And subscribe if you're new.
Yes.
Oh, I'm turning to you now. Steve's, but that's brilliant to think. That. Hope it doesn't mean the Queen. Ian, are you not going to play some music like the tricky one? we're not a DJ booth, unfortunately.
No.
We don't have our records.
No.
Mark who? I'm Mark 1. He's Mark 2.
Sorry, Mark. You're only Mark 2, I'm afraid, because Mark Hepp's been around a very long time. we've been watching him for a long time, and vice versa. Like, we've been at this 4 years now, haven't we? So
Doug said,
getting on for 4 years.
Doug said thanks for the little shout out.
Oh yeah, I forgot to put the trowel out. Look, you can see it better from here.
Let's see, Greg. Done my apprenticeship with my dad, and it's the hardest, most rewarding thing ever. Done similar work to yourself and learned so much. Oh, definitely. I learned all me technical stuff. Yeah, the technical stuff in college and all the practical stuff with dad. So it was a nice blend for me.
He was doing all coning up and setting out and that at college, and then he started off in the foundations, me just running commons in, and worked his way up from there.
Stu, well, I'm not looking forward to King Charles III. And his somewhat weird outlook on a lot of stuff. Well, it's not like he has any say, does he? None of them do.
Having a laugh.
Harry, hi guys. The last job you did with the steel placement, why did you drill holes in the wall? I think you call it stitching. We did that today as well. So, stitch drilling, it's an alternative to using a steel saw or a grinder and cutting the mark out. It's just loads of dust and mess. Whereas doing the stitch drill, you stitch it with the holes in with the drill, and then when you're knocking out the bricks and the blocks or whatever, they just chip off where the holes were. Yeah. So it makes it easier and like cleaner to stitch drill it.
We've got a stilly and we've got another one. We'll talk about that later. The Evolution saw, both got water suppression on, but when you're inside somebody's house, it's a garage, but we're cutting into the dining room. All right, it keeps the dust down, but that water suppression just makes a mess of everything, including you.
Yeah. Melly Simpson. Question: I built a back lean-to, and the customer got my labourer. After telling my order, I'd run out of sand and had 4 bags of cement left over. The labourer was from Portugal. He was making 11-to-1 mix.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I suggest you go back and repoint that or rebuild it.
My God.
Oh, Martin's on.
Martin's in. Hello, Martin. Hello, chaps. Does anyone know the origin of the term closer, as in king and queen and bevel, etc.? I don't know. I
thought you'd know that, Martin, of all people, to be honest. But
or is he setting us up?
Yeah, that's true. Rob Songer, he's the man. And I reckon, what was his name? The lad who did all the fancy brickwork.
Morgan?
No, not Morgan. They were doing all the rubbers and the shape bricks at the show.
I thought that was Morgan.
No, Ronnie.
Ronnie?
Yes, Ronnie. He'd know. He's into all that kind of stuff. Shame he's not on, but he'd have an idea.
As they do in Portugal, would it be okay? I'm not qualified bricky. 11-to-1 mix is not good. It's very, very weak. We do a 4-to-1. Yeah,
4-to-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-to-1, 4.5-to-1 roughly. Depends how it looks. Martin, evening all. Hope everyone as well.
We are, Martin, but we've picked a job. Well, YouTube picked us actually. It's one of our viewers, named John and Tracy, isn't it? I think so. Yeah. Well, they got onto us from YouTube, and that's the job we're on at the moment, which will be on YouTube in a few weeks. But it's near Bolton, it's a good hour each way for us, which we're not used to, are we?
No.
We're not used to sitting in traffic and driving a long way. So the journey's tough, but the job's enjoyable. So it's worth it when we get there. Next.
Ian's put Mark had many Guinnesses today, but Steve Oates, but they're still milking Diana.
Yeah.
Oh God. So we're only at the end of this.
Customers just don't do enough research. I know a guy is in prison. I had about insurance. Good God.
Yeah.
We worked at a firm, and it was a groundworks firm. And they had a lad working for them, and he had a tag on.
I'm gonna grab a power bank
charger.
for that. Yeah. You just keep an eye on those comments.
Let's have a solo. Moving a bit. Oh yeah, quick. I've left off the trowel before. There's the trowel. Should really put that in view, shouldn't I? Right, let's get back to this. Cheslin, I've learned a lot from watching this channel. Thank you, Cheslin. All good, I hope. Harry Harris, I understand that now, thanks. No worries, Harry. Mark, I hope you're not getting rained off today. Was a bit crappy here. had our tent up. Well, Mark, we're working, like I say, we're doing a garage conversion, so we've bricked the back door up to the window height. That's done today, and we're knocking out. We're putting in 2 3.6 metre steels, all bolted up and everything, and we're doing a doorway. The garage is being partitioned off into 2 rooms, and then we're bricking the front of the garage up next Monday with Nobby and Robbie. So we need to wait till they're there with the window. So tomorrow is getting the rest of the steel, the rest of the holes knocked out and the steels and lintels pulled in.
Where are we at?
Mark asking about the weather.
Mark about the weather. Coco Savage says hi. What's that?
Oh, just showing what we're up to. So there's the big opening with the steel, and then we've got a smaller opening here that's going to be a door.
Mark's on whiskey and Coca-Cola today.
Right, get a bit hard to understand with you.
Ian's got beer tent, Mark.
Yeah.
Melly, it's still up, Steve, 20 years later, 11 to 1. That's the ratio in Portugal, he said.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's earthquake proof.
Or a good hard push proof. Mr. Blue Devil, do you need planning permission to have foundations poured for a future extension when you can afford just the first stage of the extension build? Asking for a friend.
You'll need planning permission for the extension anyway, so I don't think it matters when you pour it. They do that a lot on site when you do when they start a site. They'll dig out a couple of foundations, concrete them and bury them, and then put the car park and stuff on with build a show house, build a couple of plots up to concrete them, bury them, and put the car park and stuff there. And then at the end of the job, they dig them up and build the houses.
Stu, what happened to Liverpool? Oops. What did happen to
They
Liverpool?
lost 4-1.
Ah. Klopp be the next to go, says Molly.
He's the manager.
Ah.
Fire blaster, what is that? What is what? Fire blaster.
Callum, what's our plan for tomorrow? Going back to that job that Dad's just been showing, I'm going to get the rest of the steels in.
Do a bit of smashing.
And the rest of the lintels in.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this job. We lost probably a day waiting for a skip. The skip never showed up, and when it did come, it came at 3:20. So I think last night we finished at 6, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh no, 5:30 because it took us an hour to get home in the rain.
But you got 10 minutes to shut that garage door. Gary, one ball. Evening guys, can't wait for the next video. You need to upload more videos every week. He's already
You come and do the editing for us then.
at his limit.
Yeah.
Mally, the roof's probably keeping it up.
Yeah.
Derek, interesting with hearing all the loopholes. Stuart, it's not so much the planning consent, but once you start work, you have to complete lot within the time allowed. Not sure, but I think there's a maximum of 5 years. Check with your local planning department.
There you go. That's the beauty of this comment section. There's always someone there that'll put you straight in it and know. Obviously, I was wrong. I didn't know that. I tell you what I do know. When on a building site, when they doing foundations, I think once the foundations are up to slab, the developer has to start paying council tax on that plot. So that's why they don't like plots hanging around and they get rid of them. It's a percentage. It's not full council tax, but they have to start paying for each plot. Because we used to have a fellow come round at what's it called, Lowton. And his little councilman checking out which plots were ready so we could start charging them for the council tax. Derek, I hate losing time. I work fitting windows and doors. Sometimes our windows wouldn't turn up until after lunch. I hate sitting around. But Derek, I used to work. I did conservatories for 14 years, and I know exactly what you mean. It's awful, and especially when it's somebody else's fault.
Yeah. Martin, what has happened to Earthquake Boy? He appeared to have gone quiet lately.
Well, that's what happens when you get pinned and then crucified in the comments. Oh.
Mr. Blue Devil, thank you for your answer, guys. Love the videos. That one with the sunken shed floor looked a bit claustrophobic. What's the tightest space you've worked in?
That extension with no door on Ludlow.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Yeah, that was a tight one.
It was only 900.
Yeah, it was just for them to put a little bit of what was it, like a dryer or so? Was it like
Tumble dryer. Wash your tumble dryer at one end and then coats at the other.
so it was very tight.
Very tight. Smallest extension I've ever done. It's probably in the playlist somewhere.
Apart from Earthquake Boys, how many trolls do you have? How many?
Just put that.
Martin.
When it was still up here, oh.
No, of course not.
They come and go. We had a really nasty pair about a month ago who were actually threatening us, which starts to get a bit serious when it gets to that. They seem to have fizzled out, but I did report them. But you get them coming and going. There's another one who he keeps changing his channel name. It's always something to do with Liverpool, and he's always horrible at Alex. He's just a horrible, just waste of space. He's not been on for a while. I got told off by somebody for posting a picture of us with Blackpool Pleasure Beach lanyards on. He said he thought we'd been hacked. It's a bit weird. That was the post for this Alive, I think.
What's the
They come and go.
What's the furthest you travel for work?
West Autumn. No further.
And even then?
There's actually somebody on the same street who's asked for our... they've got in contact and they want us to have a look at a job, so we'll see how tomorrow goes.
How do you install a roof wall plate to the building?
What's that one?
We just bed it on, don't we?
Yeah, you just get it to the right height and you bed it on.
We bed
it to length.
We cut it to length, bed it on so it's level, and then the joiners do the rest.
They put the roof on and actually physically put a mechanical fixing down onto the wall plate straps, because just bedding it on a bit of mortar does nothing. All the mortar is for is to actually level it, because they're generally like that or like that. So the mortar bed does nothing apart from level it. It doesn't stick it.
Do you guys, sorry, I can't pronounce that, sorry, Jay, do you have any father-son issues while working, or do you get along well, as it looks in the videos? Well, that's just a lot of editing.
No, we get on fine.
I think we get on alright, yeah.
Yeah. I would like to work with anybody else.
Well, that's a good answer.
Give me the 10 later.
Derek, cool. It's great having a bricky and a plasterer on a window grill.
Yeah. Robbie and Robbie working with now, they're doing their own plastering. Bit of patching. Patching the reveals on a door they put in, and the door we've bricked up, which is just a straight panel. So they've dry lined it today. Then they're going to come back and skim it, and then there's a bit of rendering to do with a bit of Tyrolean on the outside. Because rendering, putting new windows in is a pain. A lot of extra work.
Mark said he remembers that small extension. You thought you would never get out because there was no door.
Tell you what, Mark, I won't get out of it now. I can barely get out of bed. This hip is playing me up big time.
And speaking of the Robbies, Martin wants to know who they are.
Ah, right. As I said, I used to work at a place called Cross Conservatories for 14 years, and one of the lads called Robbie Senior, was one of the window fitters, and he worked with his son Robbie Junior, so that's why I call them the Robbies, because they're both called Robbie. And I left Cross Conservatories back in 2010 to go on site, which was still better than the conservatories. And Robbie and Robbie left quite a few years after me, but they've gone on their own as well. So they're called Robertson Home Improvements, so they do a bit of everything really. Extensions, pretty much every extension we do now is either with Robbie and Robbie or Neil from Ormskirk. That's who they are, and they live really close to us. Great to work with.
You, Richard Hewitt, and Cheston asks, so when did you start the channel?
April 2018.
There you go.
I remember that.
And Banzai Pinball says hello.
Hi, Banzai Pinball. I'm Richard.
Go on, what's on your list?
I've just put building careers live.
It's a bit late now,
You
isn't
go
it?
for a replacement hip or hip or too soon? My friend has fitted flooring for 20 years and got a new hip, but it was from an old football injury and never fixed. He's 40. I'm 53. My sister had hers at 50. My dad's had his. I think he's had 2. So it's in the family. It's not bad enough for that yet. I've been waiting about 10 weeks just for an X-ray, so we'll take it from there, I suppose.
Oh, yeah,
I just limp a lot.
forgot you even had that.
I limp a lot, and I whimper a lot as well when I catch it funny. If you knock your leg sideways, Jesus Christ, it's a squeal, and he jumps out of his skin.
Justin says you look young.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm not. I'm 53.
It's because your head's shaved at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Once his hair
I haven't got
grows,
my hat on, have I?
once your hair grows, you look older.
Yeah. 53 and still riding roller coasters. I like Chesley. Dingling, hi guys. What do you think of things like the Bricky as an aid for learning around his projects? Or do you approve of things like that? Or do you think it creates issues or even bad practices?
What's the bricky?
It's that red piece of plastic that Rodin. If you check out Rodin's channel, actually, Rodin did a video where him and Holly actually used it and reviewed it did an honest review on it, what he thought about it. And long and the short is, if you don't watch the video, I think it ends up in the bin. I mean, the stuff they show you on the ads, what they can build with it, or what they have built with it, is just, it's like this magic washing powder that gets everything out. I don't rate it myself. I've never used it. I wouldn't recommend it either.
Derek said sciatica and it comes and goes, painful.
Yes, Derek. We were in Fairwoods this morning, the lad in Fairwoods, he's the same, he can barely move. He's in a lot of pain. Sarah gets this as well, my daughter, because she has a desk job, so a lot of sitting at the desk doesn't help.
Mr. Blue Devil, the lintel above my front door is blown and is cracked. The mortar all the way up and sill on the upstairs window.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Classic lintel, yeah.
So it's rusted then, yeah.
And the trouble is, when you replace your new lintel, it doesn't go back, so you've just got to point it. But don't just point it and expect it to be fixed. It's got, like, there's a job we drive past in the morning, isn't there? And it must be a 12-foot zigzag going up the wall, and there's about a 4-foot one on the other side, and there's a scaffold up, and they've pointed it, and they've just left. They haven't done the lintel, so
It's going to crack
probably
again.
within a year, it will have lifted even more.
Richard says he's watched that video, Rodians, I believe.
Yes.
Derek, thanks for chatting, love your energy. I look forward to seeing you guys on site.
What's that?
Derek says, thanks for chatting, love our energy, and he looked forward to seeing us on site. We're not like this when we're on site, trust me.
No.
You'd probably turn the other way.
Well, they won't see us on site, basically. Things will be really desperate for us to go back on site.
Mike McCormack, 53 is the new 43 now. Keep going while you can.
Yes. Keep going while I have to keep going. It's not by choice. What did we say about Building Careers Live?
I don't know.
I don't know if anyone saw the video.
I was going to say, just watch the video.
Yeah, it was a good day, and brilliantly organised by Tony. It was like, there's a lot of things will be done differently next time. I'm pretty sure it's happening next year, because you're getting more sponsorship on board. But it went really well. It was a good day, everyone had a good laugh. And it was nice to see everybody. We've got to actually meet a lot of people who watch on YouTube. It was really good. And viewers as well. We met a lot of viewers who came up to see us as well. That was good.
Yeah. Alex, do I enjoy bricklaying?
Careful I answer this.
Robert Pemberton. Yeah, of course. I really like it.
We don't do a lot of it, but to be honest, like, we've been demolishing for 3 days.
I know, yeah, it's been very scarce lately, but yeah, I enjoy my job.
Customer said to me, do you ever get bored with bricklaying? I said, well, not really, because I was bricking up a door at the time. No, it was Robbie asked me if I get bored. I said, no, because we don't do brickwork all the time, so it's nice to get a nice bit of brickwork in.
Robert Pemberton asks, when you worked on the site during the foundations, were you directly employed or were you subbing to the main contractor? We were subbing. We worked for a ground workers company.
We subbied to a subby.
Yeah.
So we worked for Hanley Groundworks, and Hanley Groundworks subbied to Wayne Homes.
Richard, any big projects coming up that we should look out for? Well, look out for every project every Monday, 8:30.
Yeah, we've got 2 extensions coming up. I've got a big pointing job coming up because Nia's coming back in on the 26th of October, so he'll be off. So I've what's the word? Scheduled in this pointing job while Alex is away because he's not into the pointing, are you?
No.
He's gonna have to learn eventually, but he's actually quite good at it. Since we went to A&E, we had to do a lot of weatherstruck pointing. We actually had to, it was finished in weatherstruck, wasn't it?
First day of doing a pointing job, I cried.
Yeah, but that wasn't the pointing, wasn't it? That was we had crap PPE and it was very dusty.
Pat accordingly says hi.
Hi Pat.
Mr. Blue Devil, both front door and upstairs windows are going to be replaced. I know now about weep holes due to your channel. I can tell them Bricky's how it's done.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can keep an eye on whether it's done right now. I watched your video on site work, just clearing the flooded foundations before you start. Yikes.
Do you know what, Derek? I keep getting pestered all the time by YouTube to do YouTube shorts. But they've changed, and I've always been reluctant, but now they've changed it where you can actually put a clip of one of your own videos up and it plays up to 60 seconds of that video. And then you've got the people watching the shorts watch that, but it also gives you a box and you can click on the box and it takes you directly to the full length video. So I've already done one. That did really well. So I'm going to start doing that with some of our older videos so you can pick out a good part of the video and get people to click on it. So I might do a few of the foundation ones just to show some of the shit we used to put up with. It was grim, absolutely grim, pushing water around, draining it all out and then
if it rained again,
pour down again, just fill back up again. It's just soul destroying.
Geps, great videos. Do you ever work on larger sites like new housing estates or just smaller jobs? Just smaller jobs now. We jacked in site work.
We did 10 years I did 7 years in foundations. Alex did 3 with me. Then we left that and went on to superstructures for 12 months and got treated like absolute shite. So we left that. So we've been on our own for 15 months now, isn't it?
Yeah. Which
is tough. I'm finding it really tough because you've got to find the work, you've got to price the work, and also your tax is a lot different. Basically, you get hammered.
Mark Epp, it's the grinding out before no one wants to do.
Do you know what, Mark? I'm not. Apart from upsetting the neighbours, once I'm all suited up and everything, I don't mind it. I just zone out, put my headphones on, and just crack on. And I usually do all the grinding at once, so it's all done, and then I've just got all the pointing to do then. Yeah, I quite enjoy it. It's just, I know it's dusty and that, but as long as you've got a good PPA, not so bad. I must be getting old, I'm getting more patience in my old age.
Derek says, yeah, big time. I think that's for the showbots.
Yeah.
Mike, look forward to your videos every week. Tasty work as always. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, Mike. I like the description of our videos there. Tasty. Derek, I also fitted floors and hated site work. You turn up in the house, it'd still be full of workers and we're supposed to be fitting a floor.
Yeah.
You're always up against something on site.
Generally, if you're fitting the floor, then you're around CML time, and CML time is just madness, because that's what CML is, a certificate of mortgage lenders, and basically that's when the whoever's lending the money to the buyer signs the house off. It's signed off by the builder and the NHBC, and then that's when the money gets sent over to the house builder, and that is D-Day, isn't it? That's everything revolves around that.
Yeah.
Even if you're not ready, it's got to be done for CML Day, and it's just bonkers. So everything's getting rushed. Everyone's on top of each other, and generally you've got someone sanding downstairs and painting upstairs. It's just madness.
Yeah.
Putting fences up, turfing, all at the same time.
Mark who? Guys, I'm installing raised flower beds at 3 blocks high. What thickness footing would you put in? Rebar or not? I don't think you need rebar for a flower bed.
Don't say that, Martin's in the chat. Martin will go off his head. Rebar. he's like Speedy Gonzales, rebar.
Well, I shouldn't think you need it for a flower bed.
Some of the older folk will get that. No, not for a planters 3 high. I'd just go 100 mil. Whatever. If your wall's 100 mil thick, just go for 300 mil wide. So you've got a good spread and 100 mil thick. No need for steel. Don't tell Martin I said that.
Hopefully he's not here.
Yes, Ryan. What a bit of a shock. Well, not a shock. It was a shock, it wasn't. Because obviously all the family had bombed up there. And then they announced it, so I think she'd already died by then, died this afternoon.
419 Brian, yes, Mark Kepper's brilliant.
Yes, man of many talents, Mark. Like, he still hasn't used our brick tongs that we bought off us. He must have had them nearly 2 years, he hasn't used them yet.
Do we ever do underpinning, asked Melly.
Never done it. We could do it. I mean, we've seen it done when we worked for A&E. They just underpin the building we were on. What was that?
That's not the rubber band.
Oh. Yeah, there's some big steels going in, so they actually underpinned it. They did that. But Tony over-engineers everything, and it's Christ, you could build another 4 stories on top of that house after the underpinning they've done. Even if it doesn't need doing, he'll do it.
Richard, I noticed the sub base up to floor level can be done once you brick up to damp course. There are also 2 DPMs used. What one goes onto the DPC?
Most people say they both should. You come under your insulation and up and over, and then over your insulation and up and over. But I tend to just cut the bottom one off at DPC and lap the top one over, because DPM, when it's folded, gets folds in it, and it's hard to fold and bend. And if you have too much of it, you can't get your block down, especially if you're using thermalites. You can't get the weight down to get the first course down. So try to keep the layers minimum.
Brick and block solutions. Is there much money in lintel jobs? Would you not get more money on site work or one-off houses?
I'd rather do lintels all day long, every day, than work on site again.
And we were getting that underpaid anyway on site.
We'll get paid a lot better for lintels. That's what we charge. So
the bricklayers were always charged they've given very little.
The firm we work for, the rates were crap, absolutely crap, and it was hard to earn that money as well. And then the one-off houses, we've actually been asked to build a house early next year. Not interested. Not for me. Not for you either, is it?
No.
It seems, you think of it, it seems like a good idea, but the amount of things that see, I get stressed, and I can do without the stress of building a house. Lintels, it's like we know what we need, we know how much we need of everything. It's just turn up and get it done. We know 9 times out of 10 we know what's going to happen. I think the worst you get is loads of crap in the cavity, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
And it's because we do them a lot, it's easy to do the job properly. Whereas you see a lot of people do lintels, and my pet hate is they like take 2 courses out, whereas you need at least 3 to get your cavity tray up and over onto the inside skin. So you're taking 20 bricks out, just take an extra 10 bricks out. 10 bricks, how long is 10 bricks going to take you to do? We did one, they put lead cavity trays in, they just took 1 course out, put this lead cavity tray in, and when they pushed it in, they destroyed the cavity tray underneath it, and it just made a right mess, instead of just taking an extra bit out. I learned that the hard way.
Mark says, cheers Brian, he's used them tongs once in 2 years. Oh, they're that crap.
No, he doesn't do any brickwork, does he? He's been in a massive stone extension, and he does a lot of, he's the oak man now, he does a lot of wood.
Yeah. Derek, Steve, as an apprentice, was it rough, many dickhead bosses or crews?
As an apprentice I had 1 boss, small firm, boss and his 2 sons. He was hard to work for, but he was a fantastic bricklayer, and he also made you do a bit of fencing work with the plasterers, so you got to know a bit of everything. It didn't feel like at the time, it just felt like he was horrible, but I learnt a lot from him, and in fact, Alex has met him
Yeah.
a couple of weeks back, and he's 80, and he's still bricklaying, and he says to me, "I'm still faster than you." Can't get over how he doesn't look 80, does he?
No.
But I've not had a lot of idiot bosses. I've had one when once I'd left there. I worked for a little firm, and the boss there, he was like an old traditional flat cap, and if he did anything wrong, he used to hit him with his hat. And then we never got on, and I didn't last long there. He got rid of me eventually, but just because I was like a bit young bricklayer, he stuck in his ways. So like, got on one job, got me profiles out of the van, so you can put them effing things back in the van right now. So I was like, okay. Instead, just let me use them. So just stuck in his ways. Wouldn't try anything different and new.
True Dog, how long does it take you to build a 5x3 metre rear single-storey kitchen dining room extent? That's very specific. Do you want one doing or something?
I haven't got a clue.
So a 5x3 extension.
Haven't got a clue. Look at the one we've just done where we got the floor wrong with the extra 6 to DPC. You just
average about a week.
Yeah.
From digging to finish.
Well, the digging was an extra day. The brickwork was an extra day.
Oh yeah.
So you just can't guess it without having the drawings to actually work it out.
Derek, it's good you know your stress levels. I don't tolerate stress well, but I'd push myself too far.
Mm. I get way too stressed, and then having high cholesterol is not really a good mix.
I'm surprised you have high blood pressure.
I'm all right. The blood pressure's okay, but the cholesterol's not good. I have lost a stone since February.
Robert, I like doing pointing jobs. Like you said, you can just zone out. Very little tools, and nobody wants to come near you because you're dusty.
Exactly. That's. It's like I always say it's like having a rest. You just sit there. You just, like you say, you just zone out. It's quite therapeutic.
Cheslin, we use concrete lintels in SA.
South Africa.
And it's much better.
We use concrete lintels, but not in the face. So concrete lintels are always hidden away. Internal skins, underground. Oh my god.
She's got the iPad out.
Someone's poked the bear.
80 great genetics. At what level do you start your brick ties at, and if you put wall insulation below DPC, what supports it? Well, you start your ties on damp course, and then you do a bit closer than usual, then your insulation sits on that.
And I've not heard it asked for a long time where the insulation dips below DPC. I think that's why they put the cold bridging strip in now instead of that. So we put the 25mm strip around the inside skin of the internal wall to stop any cold bridging. It's not really a good idea to put the fiberglass insulation below DPC because it's always wet then. Tower starts at DPC to set your insulation. The insulation we use any of the fiberglass full fill. That's how it starts.
Alan 79, what's your current lead time on jobs, guys? Schedule for next year looking like?
Nothing scheduling for next year.
I don't know what the schedule for next week looks like.
I don't, to be honest. It's a bit like I say. I'm struggling with organising things, and it's going to get even worse soon with the weather. I mean, we went through a spell where we ran out of work, didn't we, for about 2.5 weeks?
And that was when it was really dry all the time.
But at the beginning of the heat wave, we had no work for 2.5 weeks. Various people let us down, didn't get back to us, things didn't work out, and then the extension that we did with the massive bifold doors and the cats, I completely balls the floor up, got the levels wrong. When the patio doors came out, there was a screed in the house, so we were 45mm low, wasn't it? Tiles 45mm low.
Yeah.
So that cost us a day and a half's labour and probably about 150 quid in materials, and we had to screed it.
That took 2 days.
Yeah, and the floor was some fancy one that it's like vinyl tiles that's glued down. It's like 2mm tolerance in it, so it had to be absolutely bang on, as if it wasn't hard enough. So I probably worked last 3 days on that job for nothing. It was a lovely job, but an absolute nightmare. cost me a fortune. So I'm a bit reluctant with the bigger jobs now. Like, it's not me confidence a lot. That's why I like the lintels and stuff. Just simple, small jobs. And when Alex was away, I did 3 garden walls. Loved it. Just garden walls, no pressure. I did a radius one and 2 straight ones, and that was great. I really enjoyed that.
Hi Stuart.
Hi Stuart. Little one asleep, I take it.
Mum said it's been an 18-day wait for the picture to go up.
Christine's bought a picture and I still haven't put it up on the wall.
Mally's they've corrected themselves, but I want to put out, they've put it, have catnip lintels been phased out?
Catnick is just a brand name, and Catnicks are still about.
Oh yeah, they're still everywhere. We used them at the A&E job.
Yes. Let me just show you this, talking about the little one. This is her eating her spaghetti bolognese tonight. Oh, I love it.
Right. Chancellor says, Alex, I see you want to sleep. I've been working out tonight, so I'm a bit knackered.
Yeah.
Derek put yikes to the floor.
Oh.
Mark, Alex, my son starts bricklaying at college next week. He's not happy because he has to redo his maths and English again. Did you manage to pass them, or did you have to retake them? I passed them, yeah. I think I got a B in both.
Yeah.
I think I did anyway. Can't remember. So what good does it do me?
See, that helped him, Mark, because the other lads were doing the maths and English. Then while they were doing that, Paul? Yeah. Paul took him to one side and he got like extra time, which was a big help for us.
Mum says show her picture. You give me the one.
There's the picture. Now the story behind the picture is the house in the background looks like Christine's auntie, deceased auntie Chrissy, who died.
What the house looks like her?
No, it looks like her house, which is on a croft on the Isle of Lewis, in Now's Hebrides. So she wants to put that up, reminder of her auntie Chrissy. So I'll put that up tomorrow, because we have been coming home like 6:30, 7 o'clock for the last 3 days.
Stuart says it took both of them to get her down.
Had to fight her to sleep.
Get some chloroform in a rag.
Yeah.
Right, let's catch back up. Robert, one of my favourite jobs is garden walls. It seems like everybody over COVID drove into the corners of them. Nice easy set of jobs fixing knockdown walls.
Yeah.
We fixed two walls recently. Well, I fixed one. You added a pillar.
Yes. One was knocked down by a customer. I thought you meant the one we did with the skip man and knocked it over.
Oh no, not that one.
It should have been flattened, but we repaired it. Yeah, the local skip firm, I get the nod when they knocked the wall over with the skip, so I do quite a few repairs like that. But one garden wall was a radius on it. We did the whole drive. We took the concrete up, all the tarmac, levelled it, put aqua drains in, edgings, and then I put this radius wall in, and then she can decide whether to tarmac it or block pave it. So it's just ready to go. It's just hardcored up. But that was a great job, that. And then the other two, customer knocked theirs down, and I built it, and the other one, I knocked it down and rebuilt it. Nice little 2-day jobs. Local as well.
Damien Richardson, keep up the good work. Thank you.
Cheers, Damien.
Brick and block island insulation is always below DPC. I don't see the point in it.
No.
Well, it's not keeping anyone warm down there, is it?
Well, no, you've got insulation under your floor. You've got your cold bridging, so what's the point of putting insulation down the cavity? I don't know. Not down below DPC.
Yeah. Stuart, that escalated quickly, Al, because I said get chloroform to put her to sleep.
Cheslin, yeah. I'll tell Christine. Cheslin likes your picture.
Oh, she's saying.
All right. That escalated quickly.
Mark's put nice one. Hope it doesn't put him off going because he'll like the brick. Oh yeah, and like obviously, you need your maths and English for life, just for everything.
Well, you especially need your maths for your bricklaying.
Yeah.
Especially working with you, Mark, the stuff you do.
Yeah. Mark, who fit an adapter to the grinder to vacuum up the dust.
See that? You can do that, but the grinder's hard enough to handle without a hose being attached to something and moving stuff around. And it's hard enough having a wire attached to it because I haven't got a cordless.
Dylan Jones, evening gents.
Hi Dylan.
Richard, my DPC level from my back to the front of the house is 35mm out. Bloody hell. I know you can increase your bed one end and crash down the other to make the corners level, but to each corner won't be level. What do I do? Demolish the whole thing and get it built back properly. There's not much you can do really.
It's a house. A house 35mm. That's not a lot to get from front to back. If you pick up 2mm on your front, and you don't even have to crash down too much. You can pick up 35mm in no time without it being too noticeable. And if you try to pick up like 2 or 3mm right at the bottom, so you're gonna have bigger beds at the bottom, you won't notice that. As long as you're level at eye level. I always say it's got to be right where people are walking past and you can see at eye level. Below eye level isn't as bad.
Brick and Blocks, do you think doing just lintels and small stuff will hold Alex from learning the trade more? Well, not really. I'm learning the essentials, and then I went to bloody Leamington with A&E.
Learned a lot there.
I learned a lot there.
Done a year on supers and 3 years in foundations, so.
And I did a good few months doing a very big super extension with all fancy stuff and what have you.
Plus we get the extensions as well.
Yeah. We do everything we need to in like the very common field. Robert's got one of those adapters.
If we turned the lintels down, we wouldn't have much work. The lintels keep us going.
Oh yeah.
One road, we've done 14 houses on that road, and I'm going to see number 30, which is our 15th house on that street.
Alan, what's the biggest length steel you've had to put in with any? What's the biggest length steel you've put in, and any with Piers goalposts? Wasn't it that 3-metre one?
No, 3.6 today. We've done like 5 metres.
11 foot.
That was the angle iron.
11 foot angle iron.
Yeah, that's still only 3.3. I think the biggest steels we've done were with A&E when we were doing the roof.
Yeah.
But that didn't count because that's
they were
completely organised. They just mob-handed on the site. We had steel lifters. We had the G-deck. It was perfectly set up, so you didn't even notice you were doing the steels. To be honest, it was so easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolute doddle.
Cheslin has to be like cordless tools. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do. Especially when Alex dropped a brick on one, and the reciprocal right in the middle, and then was it the next day or the day after? The day after that.
The day after that.
The day after that, I was grinding above, and just I managed to get the cable and just straight through the cable with the grinder. Luckily, they had a good circuit breaker.
Yeah.
I even felt it.
Just saw a big poof.
Yeah. The recipsaw, we got a new cable, 56 quid for a new cable and plug. So I did the grinder myself because I cut it quite close to the grinder. It's still got a good cable up on it.
Woody says, hi guys, always good to see your work. Thank
Hi,
you,
Woody.
Woody. Mark Bud asks, what's our favourite flavour of crisps?
I have watched it every day.
Plain.
Plain Walkers. I do like a good cheese onion though. Oh.
We need more help, says Chesley. Well, we get help from the Robbies with the steels when they're there.
Yeah.
Dylan Jones, I learned on extensions in private jobs and I've always preferred it. I like getting my brain thinking rather than running into a line all day every day.
Yeah, there's a lot more to it.
Definitely.
Yeah. And it's just struggling to get stuff delivered and get this loaded out. And it's just hassle, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a constant battle just to make you money.
Do you know this thing's working overtime?
Is it?
What's your preferred masonry cutting blade? I use husks, but they seem to dull in no time. What's the name of the one that you get? We get one from Tool Station.
Marquist.
Marcus. That one seems to last a very long time.
We've got one. We've got one on the electric grinder, the 230mm, the 9-inch one. And when we got the still saw, I just went straight to Screwfix and bought the same blade, 300mm, and it cuts rapid, doesn't it?
I think you've had in 4 years you've had 2.
Yeah. And they're not expensive, 50 quid, about 50 quid.
Yeah.
I think about 60 for the
I think it was
steel
like,
saw blade.
I think it was like 35, maybe 40.
The small one, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like got a big segment on it, and they don't work, and all purpose to cut steel and concrete, reinforced concrete. But we also have, I need to come get it really, we've been sent an Evolution cutting saw, which is 300mm disc, but it has water suppression. It's 240 volt, but it has water suppression, and it's fantastic because it's the washer's smaller, so it'll cut to 115mm. So we're still sort of just get to your 100. The Evolution goes straight through, and we need to do a video for that because we've got to do a review for it, and they're doing a discount code for it. So I think you get 5% off if you use our discount code. So we need to get that organised. But if you do happen to go on the website and have a look, if you just type in capital letters Bricklaying, that's the discount code if you fancy one.
Can't delete one's message.
Why would she put?
You need to buy a hammer for the picture. Apart from Roading, do you have any other brickies on YouTube that you follow or enjoy watching?
We have a few, don't we?
Got loads.
Too many. There's loads. Too many because I should be editing and not watching other videos.
Cheslins, what time is it? It's actually been an hour.
Has it?
Half
Yeah,
8.
8:30. 8:30 in the UK. What time is it in South Africa? What's the time difference?
It's almost
Okay.
time to wrap up.
They'll be ahead of us, won't they?
Will we?
Yeah, because they're further over than Sweden.
Oh yeah. Sean, hi guys, 50-year-old painter and decorator who commented on your Instagram post a few weeks ago about me going back to college to train as a brickie and let you know, to tell you, I started this Monday. Very nice.
Congratulations and good luck. I hope it goes well for you, mate.
Dylan asks, how long does it take to edit a video usually? Just the editing part.
Just the editing part, probably between 1 and 2 hours, depending on the video. It's the uploading and because you've got to edit it, then you've got to put all the transitions in the end and the beginning, and then you've got to put music on it, and then you've got to upload it to a hard drive, and then you've got to upload it from a hard drive to YouTube, and it all just takes time.
9:30 in South Africa.
Is that all? Just an hour ahead? I suppose they're probably the same. It's not how far down you are, it's how far over you are.
Yeah. Well, better wrap up.
Yeah. Well, are we keeping it?
Yeah.
Hmm? I think that's everything, isn't it?
Sean, I was watching your videos and channel that gave me the push to do it. Oh, well, that's good.
That's great, that.
Great to bring people into the trade.
Yeah, because we just did it as a hobby really at first, and it got a bit serious, so...
The YouTube, not the bricklaying. The bricklaying was a series.
Yeah, I meant the YouTube. Well, it's nice when people say that they're actually helping people.
Do you ever get jobs booked in and think this will make a good video?
Absolutely. Yes. They all make a video. Some make some are better than others.
Well done, Sean, says Mo.
See, I think the demolition ones make good videos, but because it's a Bricklaying channel, they don't do as well as the Bricklaying videos. But it's all part of Bricklaying. I suppose we should have called ourselves Building with Steve and Alex because
But then,
we do a lot of everything.
but then we probably Tony probably would have copyrighted us before he invited us over.
Yeah, yeah.
But right. Yep. Good night, guys. See you all soon.
Thanks, Richard. Thanks.
Cheslin.
And so Richard, and Chislin,
Oh,
and Molly.
Johnny Goes put one out. The boss messed up on what next. Thanks. That's all.
Yeah, I know the feeling, Molly. The
Right.
boss messes up too.
Let's get Mum's coffee.
Right, we'll see you all soon.
Thank you everybody for watching.
And it'll be Monday, 8:30.
Oh yeah.
Don't know what it is yet, but we'll find out and let you know.
Oh, he's going to say.
Oh no. You can have them to yourself now, Neil. We're just wrapping up.
I'll see you in a minute. Yep. See you later, everybody.
Yeah. See you later, everybody. Thanks for joining us.